Ja.
Moi, je sais, je me souviens, c'est terrible.
Men afhangt van wanneer je het doet, moet je zijn wegnemen.
Zo,
Respect nemen.
Parce qu'on dit l'eau est salée, c'est pas agréable. C'est pas le sel, c'est pas du chlorure de sodium, c'est du chlorure de sodium.
Simplement, tu vas pas le
Une
trouver
église
dans...
du chaudron.
Tu vas pas pouvoir le mettre en évite, il y en a trop de bois.
Mais au goût, ça change le goût.
Ouais.
Et c'est pas bon.
S'il vous plaît, continuez.
Ja, ja.
You will finish by the chapter 33? Just
All 33 chapters?
at the end, just to have a touch of the last chapter. I like to know the end of it.
You want to know the end of the story?
Not waiting the next 2 years before we know chapter 5.
Who knows? Before that, they may get the translation, maybe.
Maybe not.
Yes, maybe, or maybe not.
Maybe.
So, now we are on chapter 4.
4.
Okay, please. Non. Ah oui, oui, des pierres
Kopi.
Faisons un peu d'acide pour voir si ça fait pchit.
Kailash. The Kailash.
Is de Kailash.
Now this chapter is in another direction.
Quatre, on en met pour 4.
In this chapter you find two characters, dialogue between two characters. One is Narada, the Grand Master. And another is Kamsa, the most wicked king. Kamsa. He was the king of Mathura.
Mathura is in Rajasthan?
No, in Uttar Pradesh. Mathura is the, now it is a city. It is the place where Krishna was born in the prison.
Was it this kingdom?
In this kingdom. Even today they have preserved this place where the prison in which Krishna was born. This they have preserved it.
Uttar Pradesh.
Uttar Pradesh. It is more nearer to Delhi.
But south of Delhi or north of Delhi?
South of Delhi.
South of Delhi.
Very warm, very warm region there.
Yeah.
Very hot.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is in between Agra and Delhi. Agra, you know, Taj Mahal.
Bhopal? Is it Bhopal is in Uttar
Bhopal is still in Madhya Pradesh.
Oh.
Agra is the place of Taj Mahal.
Yeah, is it
So after
south of
Agra it is
Agra?
Mathura. After Agra towards north is Mathura, and after Mathura towards north is Delhi.
It is between Agra and Delhi.
Yeah.
South.
South to Delhi. So this Kamsa, this fellow is,
So Kamsa is the bad guy.
yeah, he is also one of the fellows who are the channel for the dark forces. You know this Kamsa, he was the cousin brother of Devaki, the biological mother of Krishna.
Well, you said he was cousin.
Cousin brother
Cousin.
of Devaki.
Kamsa is a cousin from Devaki.
So Devaki is a sister, cousin sister of Kamsa.
Is very complicated.
It would be easier if we could see the lines.
Yeah, it's too
Those
complicated.
So it is not so easy to follow. As you did it there, this was good, but on the first page, then you jump from there to there, then so it's not so easy to keep in mind. With all of them. But I thought if we would go back to the first page and with red mark 1, 2, 3, and so then we see how this.
No, it's okay now.
You see?
You can do it in your own page.
You can do on your own page.
No, I have no
You
I
don't have
have only one.
You
There
have
is one right here. Why don't you do it here?
Did you see
it?
No, but no, they have not the first page.
No, they are like brother and sister, but not one brother and one sister.
No.
Their parents were.
like Ananta and his
Yes.
Because we started.
Yes.
the cousins means not the same father, not the same mother. His cousin's brother in French means
Dus
cousin.
wel een Weltkrieg worden.
Brother of a cousin is cousin. It's not clear.
This kingdom, this Mathura is also, it was another area in the, now in the Uttar Pradesh. There was, it was an area where you have much forest, and now of course in India deforestation is very much now. But there was much forest and much natural reserves. That is the area. And this fellow is also like a blind king, because his father was a very generous person. So he has imprisoned his father.
My God.
Yeah. Because he says, my father is a stupid fellow, he allows all these fellows to have their fields and to have their cattle without paying the tax. That is his concept, this fellow also.
Ja, ja.
All these rulers want to get.
Yeah. They want to have their rule over all this.
But Narada is the good one.
Yes, Narada is a good one. Narada is a grand master. But this
He's king of which?
there is a dialect. No, Narada is not king. Narada is a grand master of all masters. So he was this Kamsa. He invited Narada to know some things from him. And this Kamsa has a peculiar character, this fellow. He does all evil things, but he says that he wants to be initiated by Narada. That is what Narada says. Why you want to you do all the evil things to the people and you want an initiation? How can you be? That is what Narada says to him. But he says that spiritual life is different from mundane life. This is for my spirit, and my body is doing all these things. That is what he says, that philosophy, this fellow.
This is exact. This we can call schizophrenia.
Yeah. So what happened, when Devaki was married to Surasena. No, sorry. Vasudeva.
Devaki is the
Devaki.
son of
Devaki.
Narada.
Devaki was
Cousin.
married.
Cousin of
Cousin,
Kamsa.
cousin.
Yeah, and the son of one of the...
Vasudeva.
No.
Devaki was the cousin of Kamsa.
Of Kamsa.
So
Spread from wombs.
Vasudeva is the father of Krishna, Vasudeva. And Devaki was the mother of Krishna. And Vasudeva is the son of Surasena. So this Surasena was also a very good king. He was always protecting the people, and also he was helping the people, and he was encouraging the farmers and the
Oui, mais je
So,
peux vous
all the people-
écouter parce que nous avons
So
un
he was-
séminaire ici.
and
Vous
Vasudeva
pouvez,
also
rappeler-
he follows the example of his father.
Merci.
And Vasudeva never claimed himself to be the ruler or to having all the control. And Vasudeva was decentralized. He wanted to decentralize, and he wanted that the farmer should be, every village should have its own unit and its own administration. There is no need, because they are following, they are living lawfully. As long as they are living according to law, there is no need for us to
To control.
control all these things. So Vasudeva always, Surasena, his father, and also son Vasudeva also, they have given freedom to, complete freedom, absolute freedom to farmers and villages. They said you live according to the law, you honor the nature, and never disturb the order of nature. So live together. So they were also working for that. So therefore they were always developing the cattle and the cultivation. They were against all this capitalism. They never encouraged capitalism. They never encouraged to build big cities and all these things. They said it is not needed. People should live peacefully
Yeah.
with their own work, professions, and together sharing and all. This is the main thing. Because that is the Vedic way of living.
Yeah, yeah.
It was another kingdom of Kamsa.
Actually, Kamsa was not the king. Yeah, it's actually a kingdom. And so Vasudeva, since he has taken up the work of coordinating all this, so he made Kamsa's father as a king for this. So that is what he did. Just like how Panduraja made his brother as a king and he was working, like this Vasudeva made the father, there was a father of Kamsa, his name was Ugrasena. He was a good fellow. So he was an elderly fellow. Ugrasena was an elderly person in age also. And Vasudeva said, you are elderly fellow among us, you be a king, and I will be working out in all the villages and all this for the people with good coordination. So that is what he did. And then this fellow, Kamsa, he was not agreeing for this. He said, you are doing all the stupid things. You must collect taxes from people, you have to fill our treasury. We must be rulers, and you are giving independence to all these farmers and all these things is not good. So this is not agreeable to Kamsa. So he tried to convince his father, but his father said, no, this belongs to Vasudeva, so let us also live like that. So Kamsa thought that if he continues, allowed his father to continue like this, he will not have the power. So one day he imprisoned his father and he declared himself as the king. He said, my father is a stupid fellow.
But in fact, the king was Vasudeva, the real.
Because the kingdom belongs to Surasena, and after that he is Vasudeva. And Vasudeva said, Ugrasena is the elderly person in our group, so let him be here and I will take care of all his work. So he liked to go around and keep all this work going on like this. So all these things are not agreeable for Kamsa. He said, these are all stupid fellows. we should have a rule and we should have all these things, structure and all this. That is what he says. All the rulers should have all facilities and all luxuries and all these things. That is his view. So for this purpose he has invited the foreigners from northwest frontiers, from Greece, from Mongolia and foreigners to come in for trade, so that he will get foreign money. So this is all his type of. So all these kingdoms are subordinates to Hastina. But here he is also, his area is a big one. Therefore he said independently, I should have a foreign trade so that I can get more money. So he has provided more facilities to these fellows who came from outside than the farmers who are working in his own area. He says, these are stupid fellows, they don't pay so much of tax, but I will get income from these fellows who come from outside. So they made trade here and they pay tax to me, so I will have much money in my treasury. That is what that is his way of doing.
His logic.
His logic. So he was also very wicked because he promoted alcoholism, he promoted all sexual abuses, womanizing, all these things. That is why he has invited also such people from outside who will promote these things. And so the marriage was performed between Devaki and Vasudeva. And when he was driving them in his chariot after the marriage, because his sister, so said my sister and her husband, he was feeling that he is with royal these things, and he was. And then there was a voice, a prophecy from invisible source came, and this prophecy said, you fellow, the 8th child of your sister will kill you. He is the 8th child is the incarnation of the Lord who is coming. So all your atrocities will come to an end. So you will be killed by him. Then he was very surprised and he was very angry. And immediately he wanted to kill these two people.
So that they don't get any children.
Because he said, if I kill these people here, there will be no possibility of coming this child. Then Vasudeva said, you want to kill your own sister, what she did to you. But he said, yes, but you also heard the prophecy that I will be killed by your 8th child. Then he said, you will be killed by our 8th child. So before this we have to have 7 children, and the 8th child
Yes, just wait.
you can wait, and you are afraid of my 8th child. So why should you kill your sister? And you will prove yourself more wicked fellow like this. People will call you more wicked fellow. You will have, your fame will be, you will be defamed. So he convinced his brother-in-law not to kill his sister. And then he said, okay, but I will put you in prison. I will not make you free. So he put them in the same prison where he has put his father.
The whole family.
Yes, his father.
Not in the same home.
No, it was prison means in those days it was like a palace,
Yes.
but not
No power.
but no power, but always
Comfortable.
House
comfortable
arrest.
house arrest.
House
House
arrest.
Yeah.
House arrest. Around it is like a fortress. They
Yeah.
cannot go out, and he put his police.
Assigné à résidence.
The watchers,
Comment on dit en anglais?
the guards.
And the guards, he put his guards
House arrest.
to prevent them going out like this. This is an arrest. So he said, I will kill every child of you. But she said, It is the 8th child. Why should you kill other children? But he said, no,
Make sure.
I cannot do. I must make sure
Yes,
that
in
your
case
children,
the number was
if I allow your children to grow, who knows which children may kill me. So to prevent that, I will kill every child of you. If you agree to this, then I will not kill you both. So then he said, okay, we know God will make his own way. So they accepted. And they have put them in this prison in Mathura. And then he informed his guards, keep watching. When she is pregnant, you inform me. When the child is born, immediately inform me. Like this, he has put his own guards and his own officers to observe from time to time. But he provides food and all these things, it is okay. So like this he did. And then they got first child, so he killed this first child, second child. So like this he killed 6 children. As soon as they are born, he comes and kills immediately. So she is very sad, but he is a wise fellow. He says, this is divine plan, we can't help. But she is a lady, so she is sad. And the seventh time she was pregnant. And this fellow was counting, now it is 7th, next is 8th. And he doesn't think that if I change my character, if I am good, then I will be also protected. But he doesn't accept that God will punish him. He also is like a materialist. He says, there is nothing like divine force and other things. We are supreme. That is what he says. Like the blind king. These are all similar fellows. So 7th time she was pregnant. And then he was counting when she is going to deliver. But there's some mystic thing happened, because when God wants, he can change. After a few months, then the 7th pregnancy disappeared for her. And then they could not understand what happened. But this is known to Narada and Vyasa and these people, they know it. This pregnancy, 7th pregnancy, was transferred from this lady. It was transferred to another lady. And these fellows don't know. And she delivered this child afterwards.
outside.
And that was Balarama, the brother of Krishna. That these people don't know. So they said that perhaps she has miscarriage, so it is over. So now he is waiting for the 8th, and she got pregnant 8th time. Now he was very cautious. So at this time, once it happened that he wanted to call Narada for an initiation in the meanwhile. So Narada came to his palace, and this is the dialogue between Narada and this fellow. That is the 4th chapter. Very interesting. So he says to Narada, he welcomed Narada, and because he is the king, so he made all royal things and said, I know, Mr. Narada, that you are well versed, you are having some very good future wisdom and all these things. And also you are always helping Parasara and Vedavyasa, these are all like your disciples. And I know that you have initiated them with some mantras. Because of this they have got all these powers. So I want you to initiate me also with one of these mantras, so that I can also have some supernatural powers. That is what he asks Narada. So it is good that today you have come here. So can I take this an auspicious day that I will receive initiation from you? Then Narada says that you are continuously in alcoholic influence, Because this Kamsa is continuously an alcoholic fellow also. He drinks alcohol always. So Narada says, when all the time you are drinking alcohol, do you still believe that you can do these mantras and you can get the required result from the mantras? Because you are most indisciplined fellow. You drink alcohol, you do all these things. Then Kamsa asks, this mantra, chanting of the mantras, this belongs to the spirit. And the alcohol, they belong to the body. So what is there wrong? He says, I can continue drinking alcohol, but I can practice this mantra because this is a spiritual work and this is on the level of body. They have no connection, this is. Yes. Yes. That is very funny. That is exactly what he says. It's Narada. What is the link? Because body is on the physical plane, the spirit on a higher plane. So the mantra is for the spirit and all these things are body level. So both the things can continue simultaneously. What is there, he says, Narada. Then Narada says, my dear fellow, the body is like a disciple to spirit. Don't you know this? Your body, physical body is like a disciple of your spirit. They are connected to each other. And you are continuously, you are committing murders. You are in dirty politics, you are playing. And you are committing murders. And doing all these things, you believe that you want to receive the mantra and you do the mantra and all these things. Then you know what he says? Since I am the king, all these are inevitable for me, he says. Yeah? He says, you are all rishis, your life is different. But I am a king. I must always do all these killings and all these things. It is natural for me. That is what he says. But still, my mind is not involved in them. Only it is my body who is killing all these things, fellows. That is his philosophy. It is only my body. I am not doing. I am my mind and myself. I am free. So, and also he says that all those who are killed by me, it is because of their past karma. I am only an instrument to kill them. That is what he says to Narada. They are destined to be killed by me. Like that happens. Therefore, I am not responsible. But all these stupid fellows in the kingdom, they are making a wrong, negative propaganda about me that I am a killer, I am a wicked person. You know the truth. He says, Narada, you know the truth. How far I am responsible? I am just only an instrument because I am the ruler here. I have to do all these things. My father did not agree to all this, therefore I have kept him in prison. And also this my brother-in-law is another stupid fellow. He doesn't want to have put tax and rule or control on all these villagers, all this. So therefore I have put him also in prison.
It's all for the good of the kingdom.
For the good of the kingdom. All these things are not realized by the common people who are stupid fellows. And they call me a killer. Of course, I have killed the children of my sister. It is because they are my enemies. I have to kill my enemies. That is what he says.
My what?
Enemies.
Enemies,
Yeah.
yes.
So then Narada smiles and says, okay, so you are afraid of your enemies, that is why you are killing them. Okay. So now you want Vasudeva mantra, the mantra of Vasudeva. So if you have the trust, if you want to do the mantra, why you are doing? So if really you have enemies, you are afraid of the enemies,